Hello everyone and welcome back. Jackclone here. Today we're going to be doing a different type of how-to video. So typically my videos are Fortnite related. Today we're going to take a small twist on that. A lot of my community has asked me how do I stream, how do I start streaming? I really want to get into it. I stream on Xbox, so I have a bit more info than like someone that would stream on PC because we have to take a couple steps further. To begin with, I'm going to say you do need Windows 10. The way that I stream and most people do stream to Twitch, if you're actually trying to be professional about it, is using the Windows 10 app. If you strictly stream to Twitch from the Twitch app on the Xbox, you can't use overlays and other things like that. Streaming with your PC to Xbox or from your Xbox using a PC is by far a better way to go. So in this video, I'm going to show you the software you need and a little bit of the settings just to get you up and running. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments. I do how-to videos quite often. I try and put content out at least once a week. So please do like the video and subscribe to the channel if you do want to learn more. And let's move forward. So first things first, you're going to need Streamlabs, which is the software I'm using here to record free screen recording software at that. So you can stream and record with it, which is phenomenal and it's a free software. So you go over to your internet browser, go to streamlabs.com and download Streamlabs. Before in the past, before I even started streaming, you needed a thing called a stream key, which you get from your Twitch account if that's what you're choosing to stream from. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of streaming to YouTube because I don't stream on YouTube, but I'm sure this is remotely the same process that you take. But like I was saying, before you need a thing called a stream key. You do not need a stream key any longer. Once you log into this software, which is what it looks like when you fully download it, uh, your Twitch account or your YouTube account, it pretty much automatically connects with it. I can't fully speak for YouTube because again, I don't stream from YouTube. But for Twitch, I did not have to put in a stream key. But with that being said, it's pretty much already linked to your account. So when you first open up your software, you're pretty much going to have this same exact screen, except this display capture thing won't be here. I just have to keep that on there because this is what I'm using to record the video. You will have this over here. It might just be called default maybe instead of screen recording, and this will be called scene. You can add more scenes to this, which you don't really need, but you can add scenes to it. Again, it just made it black. You don't really want that. So you don't need that. Just, starting out, keep your one scene. Once you get a little bit more comfortable, you can start downloading more themes and things, which I'm not going to get into in this video. But come over here to sources. This is like the big nuts and bolts of the whole thing. You want to go over here and push add source, the little plus sign. This gives you a huge list of different sources you can add. Just starting out, don't I mean, I can't say don't click on everything, because obviously learning is a good thing, but it can be a little overwhelming at times. For the sakes of this video, we're purely just going to give the base grounds for streaming. So you want to click on display capture and hit add source. Display capture pretty much captures the display from whatever screen that you want to stream from. So you can see here, this is the title and this is my existing source. So for a title, we'll just put test title and we'll hit add source. So here are two different display options. My PC has two monitors hooked up to it. So this is my first monitor and this is my second one. The second one's actually a TV, but works the same way. So we're going to, for the sake of the video, use display 1 because this is the screen that we're using now. You can choose to have your cursor on or off. As you can see up in this window here, you can see my cursor moving around. It's just like a smaller version. If you turn it off, there's no cursor. I always keep it on. So hit done. Now we have our display capture. So these two captures literally look the exact same way. You won't be able to tell the difference by me clicking on them. But if I did like hit this one for instance and like shrink this one, the one in the background is the main one that I'm streaming from, which is why you can see this. But keep it full screen. So that is pretty much how you set up your streaming software. The second thing you need to do is get the Xbox app that looks like this for the most part when you open it up. Obviously, I'm logged in with my Xbox account, so it's showing my stuff. But to find that, just go down to your search bar here, type Xbox. If you don't have Xbox already downloaded on Windows 10. I'm pretty sure it comes by default, but if you don't have it, just go into the Microsoft Store app and download it. Download it, open it up. I don't even click on this because it'll open up the same exact thing. It'll pretty much look like this until you log in. Obviously, you're not going to have your friends list and all that fun stuff. If you're streaming on PC, you can pretty much skip this whole step. But for Xbox users, this is what you will have to do. Log into your Xbox account here. Go down the left column here, and you'll see this little Xbox looking thing. When you hover over it, it says connection. This is actually how you pretty much mirror your Xbox screen to the screen that you want to stream from. I'll show that little example later on in the video, but I'm going to get you set up here first. So my Xbox is off at the moment, which is why it says turn on or more. When it's on, you will see it say stream, test stream, more, exactly in that order, all along the same bar, which again you will see here in the near future. But you do need this app. You do need to log in with your Xbox account, and it'll look like that. So then you come back here. You want to set your display capture up, like I said, to the screen that you want to stream from, and you want to make sure that your Xbox app is running and open on the screen that you want to stream from. Very important. So with that being said, the last step is to go live. Hit the go live button. So here is your title. As you can see, this is the title that's going to show below your stream. The game of choice. I'm a Fortnite streamer, so obviously mine's on Fortnite. For example, you can also do Fallout. It has a ton of Fallout games. I have yet to find a game in here or I've yet to find a game that's actually not on this list. I mean, that list is huge, literally huge. Change that back to Fortnite, so that way when I go live, it's just right there. And then tags kind of work the same as YouTube tags. I'm sure everyone's at least a little bit familiar with YouTube tags. The only difference is you can't create your own tags with this. In YouTube, you can. There are tons and tons of pre-generated tags that you can go through. I honestly haven't done it myself. I've only have a couple up there. I still need to go through it myself and add tags to it, but I will do that at another time. Below we have two options, optimize encoder settings, which pretty much optimizes your stream settings for streaming Fortnite itself. That way you get the best audio and best visual graphics. I don't use that anymore on my old PC. I did, but this one's a little better, so it can run the full mile. And then don't show this message when going live. So pretty much this won't even pop up. All you have to do is hit go live, and everything that you had selected before will automatically go. I don't do that just in case, I want to change something up. But from that screen, all you do is hit confirm go live, and you will be live on Twitch. So let me show you a quick clip before we go into any more detail on what it looks like when you are actually streaming your Xbox to your screen. Before we do get into the little clip of showing you exactly what it looks like when you're mirroring your Xbox to your screen, I did notice that you couldn't really see what two displays I was talking about due to the uh, video overlapping on top of this window box here. These are the two displays I was talking about, display 0 and display 1, with display 1 being the TV window that I mentioned. I didn't want you to think that I was hiding anything from you, and I want you to be fully knowledgeable on the complete video. But let's get back into the clip. So, as I said, it says stream, test stream, and more. This is the little snippet that I was talking about. If you haven't done this yet, and obviously this is your first time doing it, where it says test streaming, it will say connect. So you do have to make sure that your PC and your Xbox are on the same network, and you literally just left click connect. I couldn't get that same exact window to pop up again. I might be able to actually disconnect and then reconnect. Yeah, here we go. So it shows exactly like this. If you're on the same network, then you literally just hit connect. And then boom, it looks like that. Uh, so when you actually fully want to stream, you just left click on stream. I never really mess with test streaming, and I honestly don't go into the more option menu really too much. I just left click on stream. So this window will go up, and boom. This is exactly what's happening on my Xbox, like when I'm actually playing it. This little window here does pop up every single time. Don't be alarmed. Just hit continue. All it's saying is there's no actual controller connection to the PC, but I don't play controller on PC. I play actual Xbox. So you can see I'm moving over my tabs here. No, Fortnite. I'm sure everyone has seen Fortnite. but this is exactly what happens. So with my setup right now, I have 3 monitors. Technically, you only really need 2, but to make it a little simpler on yourself and, maybe a little bit cleaner, 3 helps. My main screen that I play Xbox on is also a monitor. So I guess by technicalities, you could use, 3 TVs or, anything like that, or 3 monitors, whatever you just need 3 screens overall. But that is the little snippet of connecting to an Xbox. And to stop streaming and go back to this page, you literally just hit on the stop streaming little part there. There's also some options here at the top. Again, I don't really mess with these too much. I will say that this icon here is the quality of the stream. This does impact it greatly, as you can probably see here. It should change it. It takes a second for it to kick in, but I didn't really change too much in this recording. But it does make a very, very big difference. Depending on your computer, you might not be able to run it on very high, but like I said before, my computer is pretty much a gaming PC, so it can handle it. To have an Xbox party and, talk to your friends, you do have to use this party icon here on the Xbox app. Due to the fact that your microphone will not be plugged into your Xbox, you have to make a party through the app. You cannot do it on the Xbox. I made that mistake multiple times. It took me a long, long, while of research to figure out what I was doing wrong. Use the app to make a party. So always, you do it the same exact way as you would there. You just start your party, or you can even, go to somebody's account and invite them to a party. Let me show you here. It's a quick example. I'm not going to actually invite him, but it'll show you how you do it. So when you click on somebody's name from your friends list, it'll pop up like this. You hit invite, it'll give you the option to invite to the party, just like that. And then they'll be in here. You can mute your party. You can make an invite only. The only thing I dislike about it is the fact that you can't have overlays on. So if you made a party on the Xbox itself, you'd be able to like tell who's talking at what time. You can't do that with this, but pros and cons to everything. But that's how you make your party. I'm going to show you a little bit of the settings for streaming and some of the ideal settings that you should keep them on. And then I'm just going to touch up a little bit on a little bit of advice. So back to our software here. This little cog icon is the settings icon. Hit on that. And we want to go to our output. This is our output, and this is what people will pretty much be seeing. Obviously, it's not going to be this, but this affects what people see. So we're worrying about streaming right now. Audio track, don't worry about audio track. This is all set by default. You can leave audio track as 1. Uh, and then we'll get into audio track here in a second. Just a very glimpse over it. Encoder settings, it does give you 2 options. Keep it on software times 264. I did a lot of research on like the best settings to use, and they said this. Uh, I haven't experimented with it just because I took word of mouth and I just believed them. Use software 264. Below that, we have enforce streaming service encoder settings and rescale output. We don't want to rescale the output. Our output is pretty much 1080 already, so we don't need to rescale that. I do use rescale for actually recording, but not for streaming purposes because that's just going to put more stress on it. Enforce the streaming service encoder settings. Honestly, not sure what that is. I'm pretty sure it was on by default, but none of the videos I've seen even mention that, so I just leave that as it is. They did mention CBR. You definitely want to keep this on CBR. As you see here, you have 4 options. Every video that I've seen said keep it on CBR. So your bit rate is like the main thing that you want to like kind of focus on when you're streaming. So by default, I'm pretty sure it's 3500. It's not a bad number, but the bit rate affects like the data transfer between you and your viewers. So if you have a higher bit rate, the viewers that don't have as good an internet as others might buffer a little bit more than others. With having a bit rate of 2500, it can honestly probably increase to like 3000 maybe. The people that have not as good internet can pretty much not buffer as much. I do use a custom buffer size for my streaming. Whether this is the best way to go about it or not, I don't know. Again, no one really mentioned any buffer size, but I've been streaming for quite some time now. Not like a whole long time, but long enough that if something wasn't right, someone would have mentioned it. But no one's ever complained about like my stream quality or anything like that. So I do use a custom buffer size, and it cannot be the same exact size as the bit rate itself, so that's why it's one under. Key interval is automatically set by 2, I think. I think it's automatically on 2. If it's not on 2, do change it to 2. That was another thing that I saw in the video, but keep it on 2. Down here we have the CPU usage. This is another big thing, probably equally as important as bitrate. Here in the parentheses you can see that it says higher equals less PC. So the higher that you have on here is like ultra fast, super fast. Those are like the fastest settings you can have. Those put less stress on your computer. So if you have not the best computer, keep it up here. If you have a really good computer, put it down here. My computer is probably able to run these honestly, but just so I don't stress my computer out too much, I just keep it on medium, which is more than plenty, I'm sure. Profile main, pretty sure it's set by default. If it's not, use main. Tune, I'm pretty sure this is also set by default to none. If it's not, keep it at none. And then this is just like a URL type deal. Don't have to worry about that. You can look through the settings. I've looked through the settings quite a bit. You can set your own hotkeys. The videos like for screen recording and like your output resolution, things like that. But that's pretty much like that's all the settings you really need to know to get you up and running. Once you get a little bit more comfortable when streaming and you're already settled in, then branch out a little bit and start experimenting a bit more. But make sure you're a little bit comfortable first. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. Again, if you have any questions, please do leave it in the comments. I am more than happy to help you. If you want to stay up to date with my how-to and tutorial videos, do subscribe to the channel. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. It helps me out a lot, and it's a free left click of a button or a free thumb push. Doesn't hurt you, but it helps me greatly. Thank you, and have a good day.